What's up, YouTube? This video here is coming at you from my pickup truck. Sorry about that noise there. I had the AC cranking. I'm in Texas and it is hot as hell. So, sorry, I'm trying to collect my thoughts here and how I want to articulate this. But I want to tell you what it means to work for a good company. You know, I'm new to this whole trucking thing. Only been doing it for about a month and a half. Finished school, and you talk to anybody who's been in the trucking industry for a while, and you'll hear horror stories. So you kind of have this line in the sand that you draw mentally of what you will and will not tolerate. Well, I had my 3 of my VA C&P exams last week, and another one got scheduled for today. And as soon as I found out about them, it's like 3 weeks ago, I let my driver manager know the times and the dates. And I told him exactly what was going on. I told him these are very important. I cannot miss these. His answer was kind of nonchalant. Oh, we'll see what we can do. So anyway, I get home for my 3 appointments last week, and then I'm constantly on the phone with him. Hey, are you going to be able to get me home by Friday? Because if not, I was going to go turn in my truck. These appointments are for my VA disability claim, which is money for the rest of my life. And though it's not as much as I make doing this job, over the long run, it's a lot more. So he's like, oh, kept giving me the same answer. Oh, we'll see what we do. So he gives me my first load, going from Texas to Pennsylvania. Then he gives me a load picking up in Jersey, which is the one I told you about last week, where the guy took my trailer and ran it 100 miles up the road, and I had to go through this whole fiasco to get his trailer released and meet him down the road and get my trailer back. So I get that one delivered, and I called him on my way to deliver. Hey, are you going to get me a load that picks up tonight so I can make it back down to Texas for my appointment? Oh, well, I should know by noon. Noon, I hear nothing. 1 o'clock, I hear nothing. About 3:30 in the afternoon, he sends me a load that picks up 8 o'clock Thursday morning and doesn't deliver till Monday. So I did the math on it, and there is no way I would have made it home in time for my appointment. So I didn't accept the load, and I just started heading for Minnesota to go turn my truck in. Well, I ended up shutting down for the night around midnight, and I ran into a buddy of mine who was 30 miles down the road. So I linked up with him, and I gave him all the food out of my fridge, because there's no way I was going to be able to keep that food good running down the road back to Texas. So I gave him all the food in my fridge, let him know what was going on, and told him, yeah, I'm going to turn my truck in, I'm going to quit. Ran into another driver there who basically had his load relayed in, and he didn't have a trailer, so I gave him my empty trailer. Well, now I'm bobtailing, 30 minutes to go, so I'm cruising, got me a rental car reserved and all that good stuff. So then my buddy who I just met up with, he calls me with another driver on three-way. They're like, hey, why don't you go ahead and stop in and talk to the operations manager. Let them know what's going on. Worst case, it costs you 30 minutes. Best case, something else happens. So I'm like, all right, I do that. I'll plug that in the GPS. Well, while I'm on the phone with these guys, not my driver manager, but another manager, the fuel manager, he calls me up because I never sent in any macros or anything last night. Like, I was pissed. I was done. I was heading to turn my truck in. My mindset is, I'm going to quit. So anyway, he calls me up and says, hey, man, did you deliver that load? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what time did you deliver it so I can go ahead and close it out? I'm like, I closed it out at 6 p.m. He's like, all right. And then I was supposed to be picking up that other load at this time. He's like, are you really in Minneapolis? And I'm like, yeah, I'm actually on my way to you guys, because I decided I was going to go talk to the manager. And he's like, well, what's going on? So I explained to him the situation, what's going on. Well, this guy's a veteran. He's like, oh, wow, that's unacceptable. You should have been home already. told me he would back brief the operations manager, and as soon as I get there to find him, and we'll go in and talk. Before I ever got in there, there was like, they were already working on a solution. So I walk in there, operation manager's like, we have a problem. I said, no, we don't have a problem. I have a problem. I've got an appointment tomorrow, and I was on my way to quit, but basically I figured I would give you guys the courtesy of talking to you. And she's like, well, no, we have a problem because this should have never happened. Booked me a round-trip ticket on the spot. So they flew me home. I still got a job, and they pulled me off that driver's manager account and switched me to Texas dedicated. So basically I can get home anytime I want to, anytime I need to. I'm going to be running basically in Texas unless they don't have anything else for me and they got to send me up over the road. But most importantly is I've still got a job. I've still got a job for a good company because they care enough about their drivers that they've seen that this was a significant problem for me, and they took the time to fix it. That's rare in the trucking industry. From everything I've heard, that is rare in the trucking industry. And really, up until this, I'd really had no problems. You know, I just let them know, hey, I need to be home by this time. This is really important. And this guy just, I don't think he got it. He kept saying on the phone, yeah, I understand how the VA works. Oh, I understand this. But what he didn't understand was if I would have missed this appointment, I would have had to start the whole process over. And instead of being a benefits before discharge claim, it would have been a post-service claim, which could highly affect my ratings and greatly extend the timeline. But they took care of me. So any new drivers out there are looking for a company that truly cares about their drivers, takes care of their problems, takes care of their needs, drop me a DM and I'll drop you a referral. But I ain't going nowhere. This company did great by me. Driver manager didn't do good by me so much, but the company itself did great by me. I mean, they footed the bill for the plane ticket. They had me a plane ticket. I flew out 3 hours after that meeting, and I was home 7 hours later. And I'll fly back up Monday. I'll have a load taking me to Texas, and then I won't leave Texas unless I want to. So, just a little food for thought. If you enjoy getting this information or wanting to know what's going on with my journey, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and share it out to your buddies who are getting out of the military or have gone through troops transportation or planning on going to troops transportation or just planning on being truckers. You know, you learn a little bit. Every time I learn something, I will share it with y'all. But anyway, peace. I'm going home and go drink some beer.